The galaxy did not expect much from Earth. Humans were seen as loud, emotional, unpredictable, and too young to matter. Their technology was primitive, their ships slow, and their politics chaotic. Most advanced species marked Earth as harmless. Some even marked it as barely relevant. But everything changed the day the sky tore open. A great shimmering crack appeared above the Pacific Ocean, silent, bright, and impossible to ignore. In seconds, it grew wider, splitting the clouds like a glowing wound in reality. People across the world stopped what they were doing and stared upward, phones shaking in their hands, hearts pounding. From the crack, a massive silver ship slid through, elegant and cold like a blade of moonlight. It was larger than any human city. Its surface shimmered with strange runes and living metal. No human technology could compare. Earth's militaries panicked. Jets took flight. Submarines rose to combat condition. Satellites scrambled to scan something they could barely understand. But the ship did not fire. It hovered in the sky like a watching god. Inside the ship, Princess Viralessa of the Threxian Empire stood at a tall window, studying Earth with sharp violet eyes. She wore armor made of soft crystal plates that moved like woven glass. Her dark hair floated around her crown, lifted by the soft energy in the air. Viralessa looked young, but she was older than most human nations. She had come to deliver an ultimatum, and she would not leave without an answer. The world united faster than anyone believed possible. Even rival nations sat at the same table, arguments forgotten in the face of the unknown. Within an hour, they agreed to send a representative, someone calm, smart, and difficult to intimidate. They chose Captain Adrian Holt, a decorated officer known for staying cool under pressure. He had survived 3 wars, 2 disasters, and 1 incident involving a malfunctioning AI that tried to launch missiles at its own base. If anyone could stand before an alien princess without fainting, it was Holt. Adrian traveled to the meeting site, an isolated island in the Pacific where the alien ship lowered a glowing landing platform. He stepped forward slowly, aware that billions watched through cameras. The platform hummed. A soft beam of light rose, and from the light, Princess Viralessa appeared. She was taller than Adrian by almost a head. Her eyes glowed faintly. Her presence felt heavy, like she was made of gravity instead of flesh. But she did not seem cruel, only confident, certain of her power and her purpose. The princess looked at him carefully, studying him with a mix of curiosity and authority. "You are human," she said. Her voice echoed like soft chimes. "Small but brave. Interesting." Adrian kept his face calm. "And you must be Princess Viralessa of the Threxian Empire. You've come far to speak with us." "Far? Yes," she replied. "But distance is a simple thing when an empire spans a quarter of the galaxy." She stepped closer, the crystal plates of her armor shimmering. "Human, I have come to deliver a message to your species, an ultimatum." Cameras zoomed in across the world. People held their breath. Adrian swallowed once, steady. "We are listening." The princess raised one gloved hand. With a gesture, a holographic star map formed between them. Sparks of light represented galaxies, clusters, and territories. A massive red shape covered a huge region, Threxian space. "Your world," Viralessa said, tapping one blue dot near the edge, "lies on the border of my empire's expansion path." Adrian tensed. "Expansion? Do not fear," she said simply. "Your planet is not marked for destruction or conquest. The Threxian Empire does not waste resources. We seek cooperation." Adrian frowned. "Cooperation on what terms?" Viralessa looked directly into his eyes. "Humanity must join the Threxian Empire, not as slaves, not as soldiers, but as a vassal species, under our protection and our rule." Every leader watching nearly choked. Adrian forced himself to stay calm. "You are asking Earth to surrender its independence." I am giving your species a choice, Viralessa corrected. Join us, and you will gain technology beyond your understanding. Medicine that cures all disease. Energy that reshapes worlds. You will rise far above your limited path. And if we refuse? She paused. The air grew colder. The galaxy is not gentle, she said softly. There are others far less patient than I. They will come. They will not offer kindness or choice. They will take what they want. Adrian realized then that she was not threatening Earth. She was warning it. But the warning still felt like a blade held against the planet's throat. Princess Viralessa continued, her voice smoother now. Humans are loud, chaotic, and stubborn. But you are also surprising. You adapt fast. You break rules. You grow without permission. That makes you dangerous and valuable. Her eyes brightened a little. I prefer that humanity stands with us, not against us. Adrian took a slow breath. If Earth refuses, will your empire attack? No, she said. But others will, and if Earth stands alone, it will fall alone. Adrian folded his arms. We need time. Earth has 7 days. The princess touched a glowing device on her wrist. I will return for your answer. Until then, the skies are yours again. The light around her shimmered. She stepped backward into it, her form dissolving into soft blue sparks. The landing platform rose into the sky and reconnected with the massive ship. A moment later, the ship folded itself back into a beam of light and vanished into the crack in the sky. The clouds sealed behind it like nothing had ever happened. The world erupted. Nations argued. Civilians panicked. News channels screamed. Some leaders wanted to submit for safety. Others wanted to fight for freedom. Scientists wanted to know how the aliens bent light like ribbon. Generals wanted to know how to defend the planet. But one thing was clear. Humanity had 7 days to decide its future. Adrian Holt stood alone on the beach after the meeting, staring at the sky where the ship vanished. No one had said it yet, but he knew the truth. They would call on him again, because someone had to face the princess. And humanity needed answers. The world had faced fear before, wars, disasters, pandemics. But nothing compared to the weight of a 7-day countdown from a galactic empire. The moment Princess Viralessa's ship vanished, Earth fell into chaos, disguised as order. Every major country sent representatives to a newly formed emergency council. A group quickly named the Council of 7 Days. Scientists, generals, presidents, and ambassadors crowded into a vast underground meeting hall built during the Cold War, back when humans feared each other instead of beings from the stars. One seat at the round table was left open. It belonged to Captain Adrian Holt. Adrian entered the hall quietly, wearing simple military uniform, his posture straight but tired. Billions of eyes had watched him speak to the alien princess, and billions more had judged his every breath afterward. Now the weight of their expectations pressed on him like armor made of stone. The moment he sat, the arguments began. The alien princess speaks gently, said Chancellor Imani of the African Union, tapping her fingers on the table. But her empire is enormous. If joining them keeps our people safe, we must consider it. General Rourke slammed a hand on the table. Join them? Give up Earth's freedom? We are humans, damn it. We don't kneel to threats, soft or otherwise. Dr. Chen, leader of the Global Science Committee, raised her hand. We should not forget the opportunity. Their technology could accelerate our progress by centuries. We could cure every disease, colonize other planets, end hunger. A European diplomat shook his head. At what cost? Becoming a vassal state? Losing our voice? An Indian representative leaned forward. We already struggle to unite ourselves. How would we unite under an alien throne? Adrian listened quietly. He could feel the tension rising like heat trapped under a sealed roof. Finally, someone asked him directly. "Captain Holt," President Reyes of the United Americas said, "you stood in front of Princess Viralessa. You heard her tone. You saw her face. What do you believe?" The room fell silent. Adrian took a breath. She didn't lie. Some gasped. Others nodded. He continued, voice calm but strong. "She wasn't threatening us. She was warning us. She believes we will be attacked by someone else if we stay alone." General Rourke scoffed. "Maybe her empire is the real threat. Maybe she wants us scared." Adrian shook his head. "Princess Viralessa doesn't need fear to control us. If the Threxians wanted Earth destroyed, they could vaporize the planet without landing." The council exchanged uneasy looks. One representative whispered, "Then why offer us a place? Why not take us by force?" Before Adrian could speak, the hall's giant monitors flickered to life. A message from NASA appeared. "Unknown anomaly detected in orbit. Incoming object." People jumped from their seats. "Is it the princess returning?" someone yelled. "No," said a NASA technician, his voice trembling. "It's smaller, much smaller, but fast." The technicians zoomed in, showing a dark metallic sphere falling toward Earth like a burning star. It broke through the atmosphere, streaked across the sky, and splashed into the Pacific Ocean with a shock wave that shook coastal cities. Every person in the council felt the tremor beneath their feet. Dr. Chen stared at the data. "It's not Threxian. The design, it's nothing like their ship." "Then who is it?" Adrian asked. The answer came moments later. A cold, harsh transmission spread through every radio, every phone, every device connected to a speaker. "Unregistered planet detected. Human species classified, expandable. Surrender your world. Harvest begins in 10 cycles. The voice sounded machine-like, soulless, metallic, merciless. The council froze. General Rourke whispered something no one expected. This is what the princess warned us about." Adrian felt a chill crawl up his spine. The princess's words echoed in his head. "Others will come. They will not offer kindness or choice." Well, here they were. Hours later, Adrian stood outside on the rooftop of the underground base. The sky horizon burned orange with sunset, but the world below felt darker than ever. He needed space to think. Footsteps approached quietly. He didn't need to turn to know who it was. Dr. Maya Chen, Earth's most brilliant physicist. She had sharp eyes and a calm voice, someone who saw the world through logic instead of fear. "Adrian," she said softly, stepping beside him, "the council is still arguing." "Of course they are. You shouldn't carry this alone." Adrian let out a tired breath. "I keep replaying her words. She believes humans can be great, but she also believes we aren't ready." Maya leaned on the railing. "Maybe she's right, but that doesn't mean we should give up." Adrian looked at her. "Do you think we should join her empire?" Maya sighed. "I think we should survive first, then decide who we are." Before Adrian could respond, alarms blared through the base. The rooftop lights flashed red. A message echoed from loudspeakers. "Alien structure rising from the Pacific. Unknown origin." Adrian and Maya ran to the edge of the rooftop. On the horizon, enormous spires were rising from the ocean. Sharp, black towers shaped like twisted blades. Water cascaded off them like waterfalls as they formed a ring around the planet's largest ocean trench. "It's them," Maya whispered. "The same invaders who sent the message." Adrian swallowed hard. They were building something, preparing something. Earth had only 10 cycles, 10 alien time units, roughly 10 days, before an attack. Princess Viralessa had given them 7 days to choose. Now 2 countdowns hung over humanity's head, and both demanded answers. Down in the council chamber, panic reached its peak. "What do we do?" someone shouted. "We won't survive this without help." "Call the Threxian princess back." "Yes, She warned us! She might help us! General Rourke finally slammed his fist again, this time not in anger, but in grim acceptance. We need her. Adrian looked around the room. All eyes were on him. You met her, President Reyes said. She trusts you, or at least she listens to you. Captain Holt, you must bring her back. How? Adrian asked. A scientist held up a small device recovered from the landing platform, a crystal shard softly glowing with alien energy. She left this behind, the scientist said. We think it's a signal beacon. Adrian turned it over in his hand. Humanity needed the princess. Earth needed help. He pressed the center of the crystal. It lit up, bright enough to touch the sky. Far beyond the solar system, a massive ship turned. Princess Viralessa opened her eyes. The humans call, she whispered, and she prepared to return. The crystal beacon glowed brighter than any human technology should. Its light pulsed in slow waves, each one sending a signal so powerful it shook Earth's satellites. Scientists rushed around the command room, checking every reading, every graph, every spike of energy. Adrian Holt stood at the center of the room, watching the beacon like it was a living heart. Any response? He asked. Not yet, a technician said. But whatever that device is doing, it's reaching far. Farther than our long-range scanners can measure. Adrian nodded slowly. He hoped the princess received it. Earth didn't have the luxury of waiting. Outside, the alien structures rising from the Pacific continued to grow. Their black surfaces reflected no light, and the towers seemed to absorb the very color of the ocean around them. They formed a massive circle, like a cage being built around Earth. The invaders had not spoken again. They didn't need to. Their message was already clear. Night fell. Stars appeared. And then one star moved. At first it looked like a comet, a streak of silver cutting across the sky, but it didn't fall, it didn't burn. Instead it slowed, like something dragging a finger through space. A huge crack of light appeared again, opening like a doorway through the dark. Wind roared across the ocean as if the sky itself was being pulled inside out. Adrian stepped outside just as a familiar shape emerged. The Threxian ship, massive, silver, and elegant, returned to Earth. Its surface glowed with pale blue light. Its energy hummed through the air, and this time it descended lower than before, hovering above the water close to the rising enemy structures. A platform extended from the ship. A column of shimmering light touched the ground. And Princess Viralessa appeared. The princess walked forward with calm confidence, her armor glowing softly under the night sky. But her eyes held something new, an urgent focus. She wasn't here for diplomacy, she was here for war. Adrian approached her with a mix of relief and tension. The world watched again, millions of cameras focused on the moment. Princess Viralessa, Adrian said, stopping a respectful distance away. Thank you for returning. She studied him quietly for a moment. Your call was loud, desperate. I came. Her gaze moved to the black towers rising from the ocean. And I see my warning became reality even faster than I predicted. Adrian followed her eyes. Who are they? The princess's expression hardened. A rare sight. They are called the Vorith Harvesters, machines born from a lost empire. They do not build diplomacy. They do not speak. They do not understand surrender. They consume. Adrian felt his chest tighten. Consume? What exactly? Life, she said simply. Worlds, species, energy. They strip planets clean and move on. Human scientists standing nearby paled. The princess continued, her voice colder. They have erased many civilizations. They see organic life as fuel, and your planet is their next target. Silence spread over the group like a heavy blanket. Adrian forced himself to stay steady. How do we stop them? The princess looked at him with a flicker of admiration. You ask the right question. Many leaders choose fear. You choose action. Adrian didn't respond. He only waited. Viralessa took a breath and began explaining. The towers rising from the water are called spine anchors. They are forming a gate, one big enough for their main swarm to enter. When it opens, Earth will not survive the night. The council members gasped. General Rourke clenched his fists. Then we destroy them before they finish. The princess turned her head slowly. You cannot. Your weapons are too weak. Bullets, missiles, lasers, none will work. Their armor adapts. It learns. It eats energy. So we're helpless? A diplomat whispered. Viralessa glanced at Adrian. Not helpless, just unprepared. Adrian stepped closer. Princess, if your empire is so powerful, can you destroy those towers? A strange emotion flickered across her face, something like frustration mixed with pride. My ship can damage them, but not enough. The Voreth swarm is old, older than my empire, older than your son. They are difficult to kill. Adrian inhaled sharply. Then what do we do? The princess turned to him fully now. Her voice softened. We combine our strengths. Adrian frowned. Our strengths? But humans don't have anything compared to your empire. Viralessa shook her head. You are wrong. Her eyes glowed brighter. Humans adapt faster than any species I have studied. You learn quickly. You break patterns. Where others follow rules, you invent new paths. That is why I came to warn you, why I want your species to survive. Adrian felt something shift inside him, something like pride mixed with fear. So what exactly do you need from us? The princess raised a crystal device. Your planet holds something unique, something the machines cannot predict. What? She tapped the device. A hologram appeared, showing Earth's crust, oceans and molten core. A pulsing blue light glowed deep underground. Your planet's magnetic field is unstable, she explained. Chaotic, uncontrolled, even dangerous. But that chaos can be shaped. It can be turned into a weapon. General Rourke blinked. You want to use Earth itself as a weapon? Yes. Adrian stared at the hologram. How does that help us destroy the Voreth towers? The princess stepped closer to him. If you create a magnetic surge strong enough, it will disrupt their shield adaptation. That will weaken them long enough for my ship to attack. Adrian nodded slowly. So you need human help to trigger that surge. Yes, she said. This is something only humans can do. You understand your planet better than I do. And your scientists? They are creative. Maya Chen stepped forward. Princess, are you saying we can modify Earth's magnetic field in 7 days? Viralessa looked at her calmly. You can do it in 3. Maya blinked. 3? Humans are fast when they must be. Adrian turned to her. Maya, can we? She hesitated only a moment. Then she squared her shoulders. If the fate of the world depends on it, yes, we'll find a way. The princess nodded. Good. She turned to Adrian again. Prepare your world, gather your brightest minds, build the surge device. I will shield your teams from the Voreth while you work. Adrian exhaled slowly. Princess, will you fight with us? She looked him in the eyes, her voice firm. I will fight for you. Humanity deserves a chance. For the first time since the crisis began, hope flickered across the faces of everyone present. Adrian stood tall. Then let's get to work. As the princess returned to her ship, Earth's scientists rushed to begin the impossible. The towers rose higher. The sky grew darker, and humanity prepared for a battle larger than anything in its history. The clock was ticking. 3 days left. 3 days passed faster than any days in human history. All around the world, scientists, engineers, and soldiers worked without rest. Every lab glowed through the night. Every generator hummed. Every mind focused on a single goal: build the surge device. Save the world. The device itself, named Project Heartfire, was enormous, stretching across multiple underground facilities built around the planet's magnetic poles. Wires thicker than tree trunks connected the stations. Cores made of rare metals vibrated with dangerous energy. Earth had never attempted anything like this, but Earth had never faced anything like the Voreth. Above the Pacific Ocean, the alien towers continued to rise, now taller than mountains. Their jagged black surfaces began glowing with lines of red energy as they prepared to open a universe-sized gate. And above them all, the Threxian ship hovered like a silver guardian, shielding Earth from smaller mechanical probes that tried to attack the cities. Princess Viralessa stood at the bridge of her ship, watching the enemy structures with a cold, focused expression. "The machines accelerate," said one of her officers. "If the humans do not finish in time—" "They will," Viralessa said, her voice sharp with certainty. "Humans move fastest when the fire is at their door." The officer bowed. "As you command." At the Arctic Surge Station, Captain Adrian Holt stood with Dr. Maya Chen, both exhausted but determined. The final cables were being connected. Sparks flew. Engineers shouted readings over the roar of machines. "How much longer?" Adrian asked. Maya wiped sweat from her brow and checked the monitors. 30 minutes until activation. If all stations synchronize, Earth's magnetic field will spike beyond anything ever recorded. And if they don't synchronize? Then the device explodes, and it might crack the planet in half. Adrian let out a slow breath. "Great. Easy mission." Maya smirked weakly. "You asked for the truth." He nodded. "Always." Before they could say more, a deep rumble shook the ground beneath them. Alarms blared. Engineers screamed. Adrian ran outside the facility and froze. A Voreth machine had dropped from the sky like a falling star. It was shaped like a dark metallic insect, with blade-like legs and a glowing red core. It landed on the ice with a tremor that split the ground. It turned its burning red eyes toward the surge station. Adrian grabbed his radio. "Control! We have a machine at the Arctic station. We need support." Before he could finish, a blast of blue light struck the machine, knocking it back. Princess Viralessa landed on the ice beside him, her armor glowing with energy. "Do not fear," she said. "I will hold them off. You finish the device." Adrian stared. "You're fighting alone? For your world?" "Yes." She lifted her crystal blade, energy crackling along its surface. "Now go!" She charged toward the Voreth machine with impossible speed, leaving a streak of blue behind her. The ice cracked under each impact as blade met metal, sparks flying like a storm. Adrian sprinted back inside. "Start the final sequence," Maya nodded sharply. "All surge stations, this is Chen. Begin countdown, now!" Across the planet, teams echoed the words. 30 seconds! The entire Earth seemed to tremble, like it knew what was coming. Outside, the battle between the princess and the machine grew fierce. The Voreth unit adapted quickly, its armor shifting to block her attacks. But Viralessa was faster, stronger, smarter. She leaped high, crashing down with enough force to shatter the ice beneath them. The machine reeled. She struck again, piercing its core, and the machine exploded in a burst of sparks. More units fell from the sky immediately after. Dozens, maybe hundreds. Viralessa's eyes narrowed. "So, they send the swarm early." She raised her wrist. "All Threxian units, deploy!" Hatch doors opened on her ship, and silver drones shot into the sky like a storm of stars. They collided with the falling machines, filling the night with streaks of energy and thunder-like explosions. But the enemy kept coming. As she fought, she glanced at the surge station, whispering to herself, "Hurry, humans!" Inside, the final countdown began. 10 seconds, Maya shouted. Adrian braced himself, gripping the rail as lights flickered and the ground rumbled. The entire station shook violently. A screen burst. A cable snapped in the ceiling. Adrian grabbed a tool and climbed the ladder. Keep counting. I'll fix the line manually. Maya's eyes widened. Adrian, the voltage! Do it! He shouted. She swallowed, then continued. 7, 6. Adrian reached the broken cable. Electricity sparked dangerously, but he grabbed it with insulated gloves and forced the ends together. 5, 4. Smoke filled the room. Engineers covered their faces. Adrian gritted his teeth. Hold together! 3, 2. A deep hum filled the air, like the sound of the planet breathing. 1! Maya slammed the activation key. Ignition! For a moment, nothing happened. Then everything happened. A blinding blue surge burst from the Arctic station, racing along the cables that stretched around the world. The pulse shot into the ground, into the air, through the crust, into Earth's magnetic field. The sky exploded with light. Auroras burst across the planet, dancing in places they were never meant to appear. Blue lightning cracked across the clouds. The oceans glowed as energy pulsed through them. The Vorith towers stopped moving. For the first time, they flickered. Their shields destabilized. Princess Viralessa saw it instantly. Now! Her ship aimed all its cannons at the weakened towers. Fire! A blinding storm of energy blasted through the sky, tearing into the towers. The structures shook violently, cracks spreading across their surfaces. Then, one by one, they shattered. A roar of energy burst outward as the towers collapsed into the ocean, their red lights going dark forever. The gate they were building flickered and vanished. Earth was safe. For the first time in hours, silence spread over the planet. Then cheers, screams, crying, billions celebrating across cities, villages, ships, and homes. Humanity had survived because they fought. Because they adapted. Because they refused to fall. Later, on the ice, Adrian approached Princess Viralessa, who stood beside the wreckage of destroyed machines. You saved us, he said softly. She shook her head. No, Captain Holt. You saved yourselves. I only cleared the path. Adrian smiled. Then, what happens now? The princess looked at the rising sun, a new dawn over a saved world. That depends on your people, she said. Earth can stand alone, or stand with us. The choice is still yours. Adrian nodded slowly. Maybe this time, the world will agree. Viralessa looked at him with respect in her eyes. Humans are strange, chaotic, and stubborn, but today you proved something. What's that? She smiled, genuine and warm. That humanity deserves a place among the stars. And for the first time, Adrian believed it too.